Hello. So, just want to let you know I had this idea for a calculator which is based on that nine levels system that I've been vaguely speaking about like the last couple months in some videos. So I made a calculator and I've separated it into the physical, the social, and the middle. It's similar to the status calculator, realistically, it's all the same stuff, just kind of rehashed. But this one's a little more, spiritual, maybe a little more, I don't know, self-development minded way. And of course, as you can see, it's got like 1.1, 1.2. So all the ones are, this is like level one. So it's talking about, do you feel safe on a regular basis? And I have the same inputs for all of these. Don't mind that. Basically, neutral is your neutral. If you're kind of half and half. Not at all. Depending on the question, is like your negative. So not much is your weak negative. Not at all is your strong negative. Somewhat is your weak positive, and strongly is your strong positive. So just to understand, maybe one. I think one of these questions I got to kind of restructure because it's a bit weird with these. Like, do you have a good social group? Strongly. That doesn't really make sense, but just to let you, just understand if you had some trouble with that. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's an on scoring. So level 10 is the max, and level negative 10 is the lowest. So that means I know it's a little weird. I got to kind of I'm thinking of something else to, it's just like mathematics and formulas and like this is just how it kind of came out. It's still a work in progress, but the zero is your neutral. So and then so anything above zero is a light side, and below 10, below zero is your dark side, meaning that you are in the dark side or the light side for one of these. And if you're in the dark side, you probably need to work on that aspect and you need to fix it and you need to make it better, right? If you're in the light side, that's a good thing. That means you're, fairly strong for that. And then I have a description on the level. So 1 to 3 is physical material, 4 to 6 is social, societal, 7 to and emotional as well. 7 to 9 is like intellectual, mental, creative, right? So it relates to the head. This is kind of like the chest and like all that kind of area. And this is like the lower belly, the lower belly, the like the root of the body, the butt, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, it's 1, 4, and 7, which are the roots of each of these. Like as you can see, 7 is the lowest of that. 4 is the lowest of that. One of the first area are related to enduring stress. At least that's partly what it is, because they're like the bases of the pyramids. Imagine like 3 pyramids stacked on top of each other, right? The bases of the pyramid need to handle stress, be stable, and be wide, right? While the tops of the pyramids are level 9, 6, and 3, right? So those are the last ones, and then 2, 5, and 8 are the middle levels. So when you're at the middle level, it's almost like you can go up or down. And of course, we exist at all these levels simultaneously, but life kind of forces you to linearly go up or down in these kinds of things, right? That's what I find, at least. So it's just basic description if you want to understand. Now, I don't fully understand these, I'll be honest. I struggle a lot with the social ones. So from around here to here, I struggle pretty hard. So I don't fully understand the inner workings of these. Like the mental ones, I'm pretty good on. The level 1 is pretty obvious what it is. Level 3 is pretty obvious. Level 2, I kind of understand, give or take. I guess that's, for me, that's like weaker than the other ones, right? Just because of the kind of life I've lived, like the country I'm in and all that stuff. But so the levels that I understand, I'm able to express better. So maybe I'll have to refactor some of these questions a little later on. But I think, right now it's fine, right? So anyway, if you click calculate, you'll get a score. So level 1 is, because it all defaults to strongly, if we do like not at all, not at all, like that, and then we click calculate again, it'll see level 7 neg 1, and if we do or like a bunch of these, right? It'll like -2 for 9. So you know, you can just I'm just randomly. This isn't my actual opinion. I'm just randomly clicking a bunch of things just so I can like. There you go. So that's like that. So we can just for example, let's look at a person like security. What if someone's like, all right, I don't feel safe on a regular basis. Are you financially secure? You know, neutral, right? Are you happy where you live? Maybe not. Maybe you live in a bad place. Do you handle pain well? Maybe like neutral. How is your bone, skin health? You know, again, neutral. And then we go into here. This person's a -2 for level 1, which means that they're not excessively bad. That's like a below average, I guess you would say. It's a slightly below average, but it also means this person's not very comfortable physically. Ideally, you know, you want to be at least 0 or above. At least, you know, ideally, if you can get to above like 4 or 5 or 6, or at 4 or 5 or 6, that's really good. You know, you're at a happy place. Then maybe if they move to a nicer location and then they felt somewhat better and they got a little more financially secure, then you know they went up to a 1, which is that's a lot better, right? That's the difference between living in like, I don't know, a kind of lower class neighborhood and like a middle class neighborhood. Like it's not perfect, but it's a lot better. So you can use this calculator to kind of relate experience and emotions and like reality and all that to numbers and values and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe I can get some nice little like pictures or animations or something like a bar graph or something. I don't know, something cool when I can be bothered. But I just threw it together as quick as I could. As you can see with my my ripped off CSS or coloring scheme or whatever, or well, technically the color's different, but the box and like the way that all works from the status calculator. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, go check this one out. Check out the status calculator if you're interested in that as well. I'll have the link in the description. And have a nice day.